So, Superman.
Yep. We both saw it separately, different times. I think I saw it opening night, so it's been a little while.
And I saw it that following Sunday. So Sunday of opening, no. Monday. So past opening weekend on a Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
We finally get the DCU up and running, because I don't really count the Creature Commandos, honestly.
Yeah.
It was alright, but yeah, this is, the big time, and it had a lot to prove, considering how the Snyderbros went down.
Don't let them go to waste.
Yeah.
The less talked about the fans of that, the better, honestly, at this point. They're really embarrassing themselves right now.
It's that whole problem I have with these fandoms now, where it's just gatekeeping for the sake of being shitty. Whereas, 20 years but yeah.
Yeah, and then, I mean, this is the stuff that all of us have been waiting for since we were kids. We didn't have the things. We didn't have kids movies like this. And now that they're out, we should all be, gathering around and just being happy that we have them. I'm in the question.
Yay!
Yeah, having a lot of fun going online and bagging people with their bad opinions about this movie. Especially the people who are so mad that why did it start in the middle? We don't know what's going on. I'm like, you saw Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
And you thought that was good?
Jesus Christ. Does everybody on the planet Earth not know how Kal-El got here? By now.
Apparently. I mean, he set it up. We have a world where he's been Superman, at least actively, for 3 years. We have metahumans who've been around for 300. That whole thing I thought was funny, because honestly, I think the only metahuman in this movie is the Guy Gardner's a human with a ring. Hawk Girl's a human with wings. Yeah. I don't think this Hawk Girl's a human. It's a terrific human. Man's an alien. So who are the metahumans?
Great question. Who was it? Metamorpho?
Yeah, you're right. He's probably the only one.
And if you don't count Jimmy Olsen's fucking raindrop then yeah.
I like how they brought back the just unknowing and the sexual icon Jimmy Olsen in this movie. We haven't seen that version in a while.
In forever. It's been a while. So, I've got a couple of takes. But you are the Superman fan. The guy that has so, lay it out.
Well, overall, I think it was cast pretty damn well, honestly. I think everybody did their job. I was kind of worried about Lois, but I think she worked out perfectly. Exactly the kind of cocky, bratty, military style kid that we see in the comics and the animated series. Luther, probably the best Luther that we've done on film so far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think the dichotomy between the two is probably the best part of it. You have Superman who's just trying to be a person, and you got Lex who's jealous of that. And at the end of the day, Superman proves himself to be more human than Luthor, despite what he tried to do.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Because I mean, I know, Luthor is driven by ego and jealousy. The fact that he's trying to spark the new something better, something that backfired. He tried to rip the Metropolis in half.
Yeah, I mean, that whole thing.
That's a minor level setback. Yeah, I thought the story was good. I thought the reveal was man. They kind of left it in. It could have been better, but that leaves it open for things to happen.
Yeah.
I like
if
how
there's no body, they're not dead.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's almost positive that these movies are twisted into black time dilation.
Yeah.
I would say if anything that I dislike is probably just James Gunn's kind of style. I know he likes his ensemble movies, and I didn't have so much of a problem with that, but it did kind of take me from the character.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I honestly, I didn't have a lot of high hopes for, Guy Gardner, because nobody likes Guy Gardner. He was great. He was exactly who he was supposed to be. Hawkgirl was fucking amazing. Mr. Terrific, honestly, totally well.
Yeah.
He was fucking awesome. And there were a couple of lines where, where they're in the pocket universe, and it's like, yeah, we gotta steal the man and talk to where it felt like it was Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Tropic Thunder, but but yeah, I know what you mean. The focus was not on Superman.
The kaiju that they were fighting, he was mostly there to stop collateral damage, and it was kind of upset in the way that they handled it, which I can see being a tipping point in the future, kind of like Superman versus the Elite. How he's kind of upset that they're killing when he wanted to preserve life. And then, 5 minutes later, he talks about how, I'm here to help and I don't. But then you got him talking to Lois in his apartment while the whole league is fighting some big glowing thing, which is presumably Mr. Mixixpidlick back there, and he's not helping them.
Yeah. It's that brought to light, I think, the thing that they captured really well was the seemingly indifference to all of this outlandish and terrifying shit happening. And just submitting to the fact that this is an outrageous world and this shit just happens.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the Man of Steel being, a different tone, a different type of Superman, and being under the weight of having to be real and grounded at all times because it's, Nolan, and it's post the Batman trilogy, right? It's the Dark Knight trilogy, where everybody now has the expectation that everything has to be totally realistic and there's really no submitting to imagination. Tends to weigh that down pretty heavily, and I think for this movie, they captured the whimsy of, oh yeah, there's just a fucking kaiju, or there's this flying space beast and nobody seems upset by it.
Yeah, in no world would you feel safe evacuating to Gotham City.
No,
which is what happens in this movie.
No, never evacuate to Gotham ever. You can definitely tell the influence of Birthright, All-Star Superman, and Superman for all seasons.
Yeah.
Keep going, because I'm going to
Secret Origins too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want to bring up a couple of things that pissed me off, but we can keep going.
Oh yeah, we can move on to that. I mean, that's a bit longer. But yeah, going back to the gun thing, I don't think any of the poignant and emotional beats were allowed to like breathe without a fucking joke, except for the scene in Smallville when he was talking to Hawk Kent.
Yeah.
Like every other time, it was undercut by something. Just that Joss Whedon influence. Humor these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really appreciate that. And Crypto, I mean, he was good for the most part, but he kind of got a little too much screen time.
He was overused. He was overused as a troll, and he undercut the monologue between the two.
Yeah. Like, that was becoming the thing with Crypto, but beating his ass.
Which was fucking... it was funny, but, like...
That was the Loki Hulk.
Yeah, it was. I thought the brief appearance of Supergirl was funny.
Yeah. I heard that kind of being a bit of a problem, but that kind of goes straight into traumatizing. You just watch the planet die.
Yeah. Why would it be problematic, or why would it be a concern?
Oh, it's just for folks who aren't aware. You know, she basically came off like an asshole. Just like, here, watch my dog.
Sure. Yeah, I get that. This is also, like, it's not like something like this or a theme like this hasn't been present before. Anybody that's seen the awful Superman 3,
where it was basically like, just David or Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and Superman gets down from, it's a whole thing. But, yeah, good point. I did not like the Jor-El thing at all. That's dumb. That's dumb in no fucking way, shape, or form. And maybe Kryptonians are assholes in this universe, but that's where I saw Man of Steel being vastly superior, was the lore behind Jor-El. Being like, oh shit, like, Jor-El was an upstanding dude, Lara was an upstanding, woman. But I understand why they use that. It's so distinct in future conflict, in the moment. As a fan of Superman and his comics in general, I didn't like that. I thought that was needed.
Yeah.
You could sow xenophobia without that.
Yeah. I mean, do you think it was to sow xenophobia, or do you think it was to kind of highlight how Superman values the human side so much more than
It very well could be, and it's not like they did kind of that twist in Birthright where Lex found footage of Kryptonian warships that had, the Superman emblem, and they used that as kind of a twist in the story.
Yeah. Which probably would have been better.
Yeah. I think... That's a good point. I don't know if it was so much the stories in Mythologia, or if it was like, hey, he's an alien conqueror and this is why he's But even then, look at what he spent the past few years doing. So, the emergence... Exactly, so the dude stops in the middle of a fight to move a squirrel out of the way. You're telling me that this guy is going to have a secret plan and he's going to conquer him. It didn't wash. And then nitpicky, and you correct me if I'm wrong because you're the Superman guy, Ultraman's from an alternate world.
Yes.
Correct?
I think they just called him. Yeah, Ultraman is from Earth 3.
Yeah.
Part of the crime syndicate. Basically the evil version of Superman, where Lex Luthor is the only hero. And when they were doing like this version of the Bleed, where he had his pocket dimension in between, I thought maybe it was going to be actually Ultraman, but I think he just used the name just to kind of mock Superman because
yeah, super ultra scale it up. Yeah, that's a great point. What it does do is it sets up, like I said, no body, no death. Now you have Ultraman pissed off at both Superman and Lex Luthor. Which, cool. Like, I get that. And to your point, to that potential Bizarro, in the future. I think that was cool. It was what it was. The thing that pissed me off, though, the most was that twist about Jor-El and Lara. Didn't make sense. I didn't like how it stuck, and, like, I understand why they did it, but nah. I didn't buy it.
I struggled to find an example in the comics, too. I know there was a kind of shitty Jor-El in Smallville, and there was Mr. Oz, who was kind of working for Dr. Manhattan, and he was kind of doing some shady stuff, but to the point of, wanting to completely colonize Earth, I don't think we've ever seen that from him. I mean, that's more of a Zod thing.
It is.
It's more, that's more the Council and more of the Zod thing. It's not really the ethos behind Jor-El that we've seen. I can see, considering, it was Luthor and the engineer who translated, I could see James Gunn backtracking this, because if there's one thing that most people don't like about this movie, it's that.
Yeah. I also call bullshit on the engineer being able to hack Kryptonian technology. But, like, suspend your disbelief, Luthor does have powerful allies, and, Mr. Terrific even buys the validity, so it sells that twist. I totally get it. I was not 100% sold that David Cornsweet is Superman / Clark Kent. I cannot put my finger on why, but I think the thing that, and it's very minor, but again, this is, lifelong comic book fans being nitpicky bitches. He didn't change his fucking voice when he was Clark. He had the same fucking deep voice. He wore an oversized suit, great. His hair was different, great. His posture was different. Why not change your fucking voice?
Yeah. That's actually something I didn't know, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Clark, we really did not get very much of it.
No, we didn't.
We got a scene with his interview with Lois, and a scene with his family, and that's about it. We got one scene of him in the Daily Planet, I think.
Yeah.
And we didn't get any scenes of him changing from Clark to Superman. That's pretty iconic, especially for the first one.
Yeah, for sure.
Usually you would hold this kind of sound before, it felt like it was a subsequent menu that kind of showing up on the scene with Superman, just the same.
Yeah, I agree. Tonally speaking, I think they captured who Superman is, and it's nerdy, it's old-fashioned. I like that he said sorry.
Yeah.
That he didn't swear. I like that he fucking smiled, which is, like, great. I like that he preserved life, which I can see. To your point, the difference between the Justice and preserved life. I can see that being the thing that rather than their mothers sharing the same first name. And I already like the contrast that they're setting up, because Batman's showing up, and Batman is going to be a dark, fucking simple stuff like normal. But again, my chief argument against Batman versus Superman is everybody is under the same dark lens, and it's like there's no hope. Not only that, but when I was thinking more about it, as cool as it is to see those versions of those characters and to see Darkseid and to see Zod and Doomsday, you've essentially grown the biggest fucking three villains. And I don't even count Luthor because fuck that version.
Yeah.
Darkseid, Darkseid, Doomsday, and Zod. There's nothing left to build up to. Brainiac isn't going to be a bigger threat than fucking Darkseid, right? Like, if you're scaling things appropriately, and like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you've already thrown his biggest and most powerful tool at him, where else do you pull from there? Whereas, if you were to put Darkseid or Brainiac in the world, and that being an Omega level threat, like, I can see that there's stakes.
Yeah. I think Brainiac might still work because with him, capturing cities and stuff like that, even though he might not be as big a threat to you, he's a threat to people he's trying to protect.
Yeah.
So that could be a good foil because we know that's the way we can.
Yep.
Even though this past, but again, he's fighting a clone version of it. Of course, he's going to beat up the first time he faces that person.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get the shit beat out of him.
Yeah.
I also like.
Are you joining us?
Which body?
The one I'm fighting. I didn't know.
No, I didn't. Yeah. Luthor was fucking perfect. I hated it. Like, I detested this Luthor, and not in the same manner that, like, I hated Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
It was, this is a purely believable. Like, I hate this fucking
You hated the character.
yeah, exactly. The perfect way to make him an instant villain is to, make the villains or cascade it first, and so it's like, perfect. He shoots the falafel guy, which is fucking
Yeah, I was expecting that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yes.
I was not expecting that to go through with it.
Yeah. Magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. Primarily, like I said, very different. And I like that because you couldn't take your kids to go fucking see Man of Steel or Batman versus Superman. And it's, yeah, and it's the universe that no one touches. And you look at Marvel's films, it was 300 Watchmen, which is fucking dark, a Sucker Punch, which is also dark. Like, they knew who they were getting to do it, and at that particular time, that seemed to make sense, but in doing so, you violate that thing that I always think about, and it's to take away the coming of the character, that character sees.
Yeah.
I just didn't believe that Superman was really good about being snapping in the first fight.
Yeah, it kind of, I know that was one of the, even that I made myself, that was like his first fight, so, even in the comics when he killed, Zod, original Kryptonite, that changed.
Yeah.
He didn't have a chance. They were going to stop him. So he had kryptonite.
It's a slippery slope now, and I totally see that side of the argument. It's his first fight against, you know, a group of elite fucking warriors from Krypton, but people are already on the fence about Superman. They're already nervous about his power as a defender. And what does he do? He snaps it in front of the team. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah. Like, why not?
And I think the this new movie definitely amateur better than
Yes.
once he was able to get his bearings, he was doing better. He never has had to justify his actions before, and that's exactly why he had his outburst with Lola. She pressured him hard. He's like, I know he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But he's never had to actually vocalize it. So that was
Yeah.
We're not going to get the story. He knows how to control it. Again, I
No.
expect that.
No. It was refreshing. It was refreshing to see this, you know, light-hearted, even in the face of adversity, you know, maintain that level of power. Because that is, he just wants to preserve life.
Yeah.
I love the fact, you know, that in the kaiju fight, he wanted to save the kaiju. He saved the squirrel, he saved the dog, he saved kids, he saved the waffle guy. Like, he was making an effort to do all of those things while minimizing damage to the property. Like, versus flying through fucking buildings with highly populated center, even though like Clark and Snyderbros, stop it. I get that. I also like how smart he was in fights, which is something I don't think we've seen since, like, I don't know, ever. You know, taking the hits and then, you know, like...
Because you know he could
More
handle
supplies have been
it.
added.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's my biggest bitch about any Superman movie is they forget how fucking smart, you know, Clark/Superman will be. If he's been absorbing the yellow sun all these years and he's jacked as shit, why wouldn't his brain be, you know, equally
Justice,
sharp?
yeah.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, bring your kids to fucking see Superman. Feel great. Versus, you know, like I said, don't take your children to see an R-rated Superman.
Yeah, don't. We don't want to. As far as like the effects, pretty good.
They did. I
Most of the
enjoyed...
flying, I didn't know like that, but it was actually not too bad.
No, it wasn't, and it was fast. It was a fast-paced movie. Like, there was no downtime. And that movie was, what, like 2 hours long? And it felt honestly like an hour.
I honestly could have had it be longer. Just to learn a little bit more about some of these characters, especially the Justice. Like, we know nothing about Aquaman. Like, she was barely in that movie.
No, I love that she fucking screamed like a bird. I thought that was awesome.
I was trying to find examples of that too. I'm like, I don't recall her doing it.
No, but it just made her that much cooler.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, of course. Guy Gardner was fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Just
nailed
a
it.
total asshole. Middle fingers everywhere. Never using the same construct twice.
Yeah, it's so unimaginative.
What do you mean?
with
I
his
put
fucking
mittens on him.
constructs. Yeah, like, And that's gonna be cool because you're gonna see the difference in how the constructs are utilized
Yeah.
between Jordan, between fucking, a Kyle Rayner, between John Stewart. There's 15 differences, and Guy Gardner is kind of cocked at the walk. Fucking shit there. Mr. Terrific, though, I thought, like they said, stole it. He was so it was hilarious. It was just a funny thing.
Yeah.
It was just the absurdity of these characters in this world. Everybody's enjoying it.
So, on the point of the Justice Gang, what incarnation do you think they're going to take? That's not a name that's going to stick. Even Guy Gardner says it's kind of a place where they figure out something else.
I think
they are sponsored by Lord Tech.
Yeah.
Which makes me think doesn't need international.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly that's the direction that they took. And the Hall of Justice was a good one.
Right. And you got a mural of what looked like Justice Society.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll stay grounded in the roots of, the society and just the national. I think, once fucking Batman shows up and Aquaman shows up, I think they'll go the direction of the League, but for right now they're firmly in the hands of Justice League International. Because like you said, Lord's there, Guy Gardner's there as the only intern. Yeah.
I think Gardner was the leader. Well, the fact that
anything a monster leaves behind.
That was late 80s, right?
Yeah.
So that was around the time of Man of Steel, and Batman's sidekick getting the shit beat out of him, the crowbar.
Yeah, that was the version that got totally shit whipped by Doomsday.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
I especially with Ortho, who I thought was I didn't think. I always thought his powers were he could see elements that occur with the human body.
Yeah.
But being able to create a sun, that's not. And with
yeah.
as well.
Yeah. For sure. The Pocket Universe and the Storage Facility. Like, the thing that was wild to me was I could visually remember the feel of those stories as seemingly unclosed. Like they captured the visual of a comic book, and the absurdity of
colors, the dialogue that we haven't said, doing it Midwestern, Jolly and Shucks.
Yeah. Total fucking corn-fed, ball of fucking muscle.
Which is exactly him. They have that nailed totally.
And
I mean, what was the comic? I think it was Identity Crisis, where Green Arrow was narrating and just talked about how much he hates and loves Superman in the same breath because of how corny he is.
Yeah. Yeah, he is the fucking world's biggest Boy Scout for a reason. Like, and that makes absolute sense. He also seemed small. Like he seemed when you compare him to like the Cavill version, where he's just this fucking beefcake built like a fridge. you put him in the context of like of Smallville and Metropolis and everything, and he actually looks like he fits in. Whereas Cavill just fucking stuck out. Like, okay, this is a building full of reporters. There's an alien that showed up that's 6'4", 275 pounds, and our newest reporter just happens to be the same height and weight, and nobody notices this.
Right.
Yeah, and what were they feeding him at the fucking Kent farm? He was devouring whole cows.
Speaking like of the suit, I think that is kind of one of the reasons why he doesn't look a little. He's kind of dumpy in that suit. It doesn't fit. It's not like a costume.
Sure,
he's got a bit of.
He does. I don't dislike the suit, and the more I think about the suit, the functionality of it. Like, there's pads in the shoulders, there's, some version of the I think if you're going along with the lore of, Moff made the suit for him, it makes sense after a couple of iterations of the suit where Superman is constantly holding shit up or trying to break shit. There would be natural wear in the shoulders, in the knees, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, fast forward to this iteration of the suit, and it's like, oh yeah, we need that extra padding, extra texture in the breed. That to me makes a functional sense.
Yeah.
And tonally, like, you look the Man of Steel, it's very stiff, very dark. But it made sense because it matched the suits that they were wearing. Like, that makes sense. I get that. I'm still pissed off about
it. Yeah. Like I was saying, I think that if there's anything that he'll say in that, or like it'll be a mistranslation. The engine purposefully did that.
Yes. Yeah. It's just
the notes too.
It doesn't make sense. It's a misunderstanding of the character. Why the fuck would Jor-El spend what remaining time he has on Krypton trying to convince this council that is completely indifferent to the planetary wide destruction that's going to happen? Spend the time to save his son, and then be this cold kind of would-be conqueror. Doesn't fucking make sense, and that it was like stubbing your toe. It was just like, what?
But you would think if that was his mentality and he had the time to do it, there would be an entire invasion fleet entering. That's for themselves and not just one for his child.
Yeah, exactly. You make yourself no better than Zod. But, like, maybe in that vein, or, like you said, if they don't rescind it, maybe we are to believe that Kryptonians are assholes, and Superman just happened to be the one that wasn't, because of being raised by the Kents.
Which draws an unfortunate question, too. Did Supergirl know? Because she was alive during all this. Did she know her family was this way? Is that a point of contention in the future that she's going to want to...
could be.
Try to convince Clark mom, or was it just a Jor-El thing?
Yep.
Because I think, I forget the name of the Supergirl's parents, but they weren't like Jor-El was a scientist. He was part of the Science Guild, but I can't remember what the guild of Supergirl's parents were.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I want to say Guild of Calamitous Intent, but I know that's not it.
Adventure! Yeah. One other part about the costume, I wanted to say, I did like the fact that it got dirty, it got burnt, but it never got damaged.
Yeah.
Which is, part of the Superman lore. But I really wish his cape got tore to shit, though. Like, it was on fire. Because that was one thing they could have made a joke about. It's like, why every single time you get into a fight, I have to fix your goddamn cape.
Yeah, that would
Ma
be
can't
cool.
give him shit about it. Like, oh, again?
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand for the reasons of the movie, they have to keep it like whatever Kryptonian fabric they're using.
Yeah. I would have liked to see the Kents call him in the middle of a fight. That would have been funny.
FaceTiming him accidentally, but it's facing the wrong way.
Yeah. I thought it felt like a return to, the embracing the cheesiness and the lightheartedness and, not every fucking comic book movie needs to be so goddamn serious. But the precedent, like you called out, the whole James Gunn thing, the style, and the interspersal of humor at seemingly inappropriate times, and they're trying to underpin a heartfelt moment, I think.
Yeah, and I want to be clear. It wasn't invasive. Like, the humor wasn't awful. Like, it wasn't quip, non-goddamn stop. But when they were trying to get some point across, or they were trying to humanize these characters, or pour their hearts out, every time except for one was intercut by something else. Which, it just kind of ruins the whole thing.
I was impressed, honestly. I think I had high hopes because it's fucking Superman. It is the flagship of DC.
Mm-hmm.
And I was genuinely impressed. I'm excited to see what they'll do with the next set, or the sequel, or how they take it in direction. I think it fits. I think it fits the time, and I think they were right to release it when everything is so divided and jaded and toxic feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of half of the reason why it's not performing so well outside of the United States, because despite them dropping the American way, Superman is still a symbol of America.
Yeah.
And we kind of pissed off our neighbors for some
Yeah,
reason.
we sure fucking did.
Not to get political, but that's just a fact.
Yeah.
Thankfully, though, at least, it has made its budget. Which is not $750,000, $1 million, like some people.
Yeah, because that's definitely, when you talk about math and people on the internet, that's, hand in glove. That's absolutely sharp. You're a fucking moron. Also, it goes without saying, if you think there's a version of Superman that doesn't work, then you have not been fucking paying attention.
Sorry, he's only been woke since 1930.
Yeah, during the time of the fucking Nazis. No wonder you're so fucking.
Yeah. When you see him rounding up the land and taking out Nazis and slumlords and criminals, he's always been a social interest.
He is also been the unfortunate sender of propaganda, and one thing
buy your war bonds.
Superman says it's okay to slap a Jap is it hasn't necessarily aged well, but it's a product of of the time.
Yeah, you need a disclaimer for sure.
Yeah.
I started another quest.
Oh shit, yeah.
Overall, I think this is a good start to at least the film version. I didn't like it. I thought it had some, set up the world a little bit. I think this is a good start to this whole decent season 2, which I think we'll probably see. James Gunn said that we're going to see Superman, but it's not so it's most likely going to be Superman. I think we're going to see him in And he did say also the armory that his dad has.
Yeah.
That Aquaman. The same
Oh shit!
I can see that being their character. Even though doesn't care that much. He said he doesn't care that much about talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see that.
I think I skipped over this that you brought it up before. I like the fact that they dropped it in the middle. Rather than
they do tough stuff.
Yeah, and rather than spending the time to spell out how to got here and all that, everybody fucking knows. Everybody knows that. Like, you didn't suffer the weight of having to explain that. I like it. I really do. It was very good. I think we got the vibe right. I think we got the comic book feel right. It felt like I was watching Superman as a kid again. That was amazing.
Yeah. Like I think Superman 4 was the first one that I ever saw. Because I remember as a kid liking that fight with Superman and Superman after that. Like I didn't have a Superman costume, and I paint the scratch and
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, it kind of harkens back to a Reed style, but with them actually paying attention to not giving him any power at the time.
Yeah.
Like
the
his
ability
magical
to
great wall repairing items.
Yeah, and the fucking weird cellophane that he throws at fucking Zod and Ursa and Non. Like, okay. And it's funny you bring that up because that's Superman 4 is the one that I remember seeing in theaters with my brother. And thinking, oh man, this is fucking amazing. And then watching it later on when, you know, I'm a teenager / adult.
Was I just stupid?
It was well intentioned, and it's part of the lore. And, like, yeah, of course. And it's a lot of times it's very much, you know, like, I get a higher level say in this one. And nuclear weapons are the fucking preferable for this moment.
Yeah, which is also would have been woke at that time. There he is, social issue.
Oh boy, but no, it wasn't woke.
That they stole from other
Cultures. How fucking appropriate.
I will say also, that, I mean, it leaves it open to the fact that they dump this in the middle here for prequels, and they could do it exactly the same way. You can have it just like instead of something you can have an origin. At the same time, they also set up all of their sequels within not having to make us sit through the credits like Marvel does.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, do we need everything explained?
But that's what I'm just saying. If the interest is there, you know, they leave it open because there is so much left unsaid.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it would be... I think while it would be a moneymaker and I think people would enjoy it, I think it would ultimately take away from, you know, the direction that they want to go, or they're trying to go. But that's just me being, you know, seeing how Star Wars has been treated, how Marvel has ultimately been treated, where it's like you have to remember all of this shit, or all of this shit has to be spelled out for you. In Batman vs. Superman specifically, one of my biggest bitches besides the entire movie is the fact that there's 5 different fucking storylines going on at the same time that you need a fucking master's degree in DC Comics like to fucking understand that they're pulling from. But like then again, different version, post Nolan Batman universe, level of seriousness required. We got to see some pretty fucking cool shit that was ultimately not accessible to anyone except 4D fucking fans. The nightmare sequence, the parademons, the fucking, you know, Flashpoint paradox, that version of Batman being 20 years into it, being bitter, being old, Alfred being sick of this shit, obviously not observing the no-kill rule anymore, you know,
Yeah, he's over
and
that.
and Batman giving fucking Superman a really hard fucking time, which I thought was great, but which is undercut by, hey, he's choosing not to push you through a fucking wall.
Yeah.
You know? Because he fucking could.
Yeah, I mean, he should have got that first example when he stopped your Batman, tore the doors off, and just stood there.
Yeah, and you stared him down like, what the fuck were you gonna do about it, Bruce? Jesus. I also, because I recently rewatched Batman vs Superman, the groaning that Batman does when he's getting up and shit,
Oh, yeah,
like
'cause
he's been
it's so
fighting
hurt.
for 20 years. He's just like, it's like, yeah, this is believable. The best representation of a fight, Batman style, to this day is
Yeah, that warehouse fight is so good.
Jesus. He threw a crate at a man's head.
He goes back to like I don't have to save you. I'm definitely, I will maim the shit out of you. I will not.
Yeah. I'm gonna fuck you up hard. I'm really excited to see Batman rolling out. There's gonna be some shit between them. And you need that. You look at the world's finest shit that, what's I think you just said it, the artist that, Ed McGuinness. Yeah. The really bubbly fucking weird art style that, like, seemingly fits really well. But you need that fucking contrast between those two. And the fact that fucking Clark already basically told everybody that he was Superman, like, makes total sense. And Bruce can be like, you're an idiot, don't trust anyone. You know, and they're gonna find common. Like, and that's gonna be a very cool fucking thing.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, them both bumping into each other at a fucking hot topic.
I mean, the animated meeting of the two was probably the best way that they could have done it. I don't want them to do it historically, even though this movie does feel like an episode of the Superman animated series.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I really did like their meeting. You know, Batman and Snyder review, and he peeks under the cowl and pisses off Bruce, so he pulls out kryptonite and he's like, "Yeah, it doesn't take much, does it?"
Yeah. It's just fucking. It's cool. I'm glad to see it.
Any other random nitpicks that you can think of? I said the cape.
I don't know if this is because I've been dating a feminist for years, but the relationship between Eve and Jimmy Olsen. But yeah, but I get the humor behind it.
Do you find it a nitpick that we didn't review the code?
Yeah, I wanted to see her. But that was small. It wasn't even. It was like, alright, does that feel like a date? does it feel like a James Gunn kind of thing? Not as blatant as a fucking Joss Whedon thing, thank fuck.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, nothing to write. Nothing to fucking.
Nobody tripped over their shoelaces and fell on boobs.
Yeah, fuck off. Like that's very, very small. The most glaring one is the Jor-El thing. But that's me being a fucking, whiny comic book loving bitch.
And James Gunn is on social media a lot. I'm sure he's got a lot of backlash from that, so I can see that being a problem.
Yep.
Because he definitely wants the good faith of the actual fans.
He does.
And if there's anything in film that I have said, at least people who like the movie, it's that.
Yeah. I hear there's a test screening version of where, instead of killing the falafel guy, Lex kills Crypto. And nobody likes that.
No. Nobody even liked it when Ultraman punched Crypto.
No, people were pissed. People were so fucking pissed. They were pissed to see him wired up in a machine.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, what the fuck are you doing? But that's Luthor. He doesn't fucking care. Like, he uses people, that's his fucking character.
Yeah.
And Nick Holt, Jesus Christ, I hated him. I hated that fucking character. But he fucking nailed it, man. Like, he fucking knocked it out of the goddamn park. That is Lex fucking Luthor.
Yeah. And his actions just highlight like the main core. It's like as much as he was trying to be a representation for humanity, he was the monster. He was more of a monster than anybody else.
Are you prepared?
Oh yeah. Without question.
I posted a new list with my
Okay.
giant.
His team, analyzing fucking the way Superman fights and everything that. Like, that's sharp. That's a sharp attention.
Yeah, it's definitely very like. And I think where I saw it, but the Hammer of Bavaria, his armor is actually made from armor suit from me personally, like way back.
Oh shit!
60s,
Yeah.
That was like an homage to Luther.
Yeah, and now that you mention it, like his clothing, Luther's clothing, like kind of dark purple. That's a cool nod. There's a couple other cool nods. Yeah. The thing that I liked the most, though, is that I left this movie feeling good. I felt happy. I felt like that was a cool fucking story. That was a lot of fun. The post-credits of him and Crypto on the moon. Like, it was just like, it's a sweet kind of, man, I feel like a fucking kid and this was great.
Yeah. It's a terrific one. I'm trying to put the city back together. It's like, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, he's like, if you get the fuck up, he's got stuff to do. He's like, I'm fine. It was just good. It felt good. And it wasn't such goddamn story. It didn't need to go back to 17 fucking storylines. This was good. It was a good pop home.
It's a good start. I think we got a good universe put together. We got a character that we like. We got plenty of other characters that we like. I think they are hinting at maybe even a short film, maybe solo kind of thing. We don't know if it's going to work or not, but one of the rich people. They would Vortex, Luther 4, and there was another rich person that they had mentioned. I think that's the person.
Yeah.
So, whether it be, and I know the Justice League, Justice Gang, and inspired by it. That's why they decided, hey, we don't have heroes as heroes. We're going to help people.
You called that out very early on, before the movie was out. I think you called that out like 6 months ago, where you were like, "Hey, they're gonna be an example."
Yeah, that was like the first when I saw the trailer. When I saw Gardner kind of being shitty, stupid. And I bet you you're going to be a little more violent. And you're going to show them.
Yeah. For the fans that, you know, like, wanted to see their fucking, some kind of level of death, you know, Hawk Girl dropping the fucking president, you know, you got to see that, so everybody chill the fuck out. But I know Superman's gonna have a fun time with that. Dude, we don't fucking do it. What are you doing? And I think, I'm calling it now, that's gonna be the thing, one of the things that's happening, and Superman 3. There's a way to do this that doesn't. Even though Batman's fucking
I will cripple you for life. I'll not kill you.
Yeah, I won't kill you. You jaywalk, Jesus Christ, you're gonna put me in trouble. It's just a shame too, because one of the scenes that I regularly watch is the scene where, at the end of that where they've rebuilt fucking Lockton farmhouse and they got it back to, you know, Bruce like I'm just trying to undo it and so quite fast and like, you know, I thought that was cool. It's like, yeah, that's fucking Bruce. It's definitely what people do.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. Are they going to go the route? What's Luke's thought? You going to take over the company? Oh yeah, we're going to take over.
That'd be cool. I think it makes sense since they did not that Lord would fucking take over, but then a Kingpin company would be Wayne Tech, or Wayne Industries. Yeah. We have yet to see. I couldn't tell if they referenced Star Labs yet. I think they referenced Stag.
Stag Industries. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's the one. Is that the group that I know the Authority.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. Yep, you're right.
Simon Stag.
Yes.
Feel free to hate comments if you get
Yeah, fuck off. And if you do, you probably lost interest in space talking about Superman after the fucking world. We still have, you know, General Leonard. There's a ton. There's just, it's good. It feels good to see, like, alright, cool, there's kind of different ways to do that.
Well, yeah, that kind of brings up a question. Yeah, you mentioned earlier. What?
Yeah.
Like a Mongol or a Destiny.
I think they need to leave God out of it. I think ultimately because Michael Shannon fucking
Yeah, he was
the casting was just fucking on. I know we're gonna see Lobo. I want to see Brady. Like, it would be fucking awesome to see Brainiac, and we got a kind of glimpse of that with Clark fighting off the nanobots. when the engineer covered him up and flooding guns and shit like that. It would be cool to see Brainiac. I don't know how they would work in the new gods. I don't know how you would. But see, here's the thing. Now, because the stakes are, hey, Superman's a really good guy and we love him, and it would suck to lose him. Even if you did Darkseid again, or you did Doomsday again, him losing and him dying is very much more emotional.
I almost feel like they need to hold off on that unless they do plan to get the turn, you know.
Yeah.
Have the Oscars come have
Yeah, I agree there. I think the way that they did it in the Snyderverse was kind of cool. It was him and ultimately it was the Snyder Cut where it's like, this was, his scream was the sounding of, apocalypse. It was, through all the metal boxes. Steppenwolf, and especially, like, the Snyder version of 4 hours fucking goddamn. It's like eating too much cheese. It was so much there, and it was so rich, and there were so many cool fucking things. That only worked.
You hate yourself for going through it, but you know at some point you're going to do it again.
Yeah, exactly. It was cool to see all that shit. I don't know how well that's going to play in this particular version. But I always wanted to see a Brainiac. I know it was making that with Nicholas Cage's Superman, which would have been cool to see. Who do you want to see? Like, you've got fucking decades of Superman knowledge.
I think. I know there's a prequel comic to this movie where they brought in a tower. That is something I would like, but the fact that
they don't have kryptonite on Earth anymore kind of puts that out.
Yeah.
Unless he's like damaged and he can be repaired, but he's still powered by kryptonite. I mentioned Despero.
Yep.
Bringing somebody because of his psychic ability that makes him a little more of a threat to Superman, even though he can't stand up to him. Physically, it makes him a little more of an issue when he can get into his mind as well. Definitely want to see Brainiac, especially the way that they did it in Injustice 2. That would be really good because we could have him and Supergirl in the same movie taking him out if they had. If he has some handover or any other bottle plans, or if they found out he was behind the destruction of Krypton somehow.
I would love to see that fucking red onesie wearing
Ryan and the New Gods in his freaking mobility scooter. Yeah, his space mobility scooter.
Yeah, just the fucking shell. Like, oh god.
I always liked that Death of the New Gods comic, how they brought in Superman just to point of view character for this. Like when they were when the gods were fighting, the impact of their blows was actually not.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I always that's a little too involved.
Yeah, it would have to be, that crescendo of, Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. I don't know. Those are his basic. Parasite, that's another one.
Oh yeah, Parasite.
That would be especially if there was one where he had absorbed way too much Superman and was posing as Lois. And he actually made himself Parasite would be there's lesser ones. Podcaster or radio host that has electric powers. Or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably
It would
keep it on Earth for a while.
They should. They should. And since we do have a Hall of Justice, we should sort of see it in the room.
Yeah. That might be because Luther is being held at the same prison as Viola Davis.
Waller.
Yeah, Amanda Waller. So I can see having matches. Especially because she's been demoted to having can't use human prisoners anymore. That's what the creature commandos was.
Yep.
I could see that. Because they were in covert in Public Enemy, didn't they?
Yes. Yes, they were. If you're gonna have Waller, though, you do need Batman, because Waller and Batman have this relationship that's just hardcore. And I like the way that they ended that relationship in Batman Beyond, whereas ultimately, like, she didn't always agree with him, but she respected the fact that, Bruce had this
That was an epic.
Yeah, did you ever see like the last fucking episode of Batman? Terry finds out that he's a clone of Bruce, and ultimately Terry is this machination of Amanda Waller wanting to continue Bruce's legacy.
Oh, okay. So she kind of did it in secret without them knowing, but she ultimately respected Bruce enough that she wanted to continue on his legacy.
Yes.
Okay. No, I did not see that.
Yeah. It's good. It's really good. I'll send you a couple of links, but yeah, I think they would, if they have Waller, they would need to have Batman at some point, because those two don't like each other at all. God, there was one villain that I was thinking of. I thought of Mazar, but that's a Justice League level villain. Barry had Starro.
Yep. I mean, they could always bring him back as one of his babies surviving or something like that.
And it would fit. Like, they had that giant fucking fight happening while Lois and Clark were talking.
Yeah.
I really, really liked that. I liked that indifference too. Yeah, this shit happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh yeah, it's just another interdimensional imp. Whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny that he brought that up right after talking about how we should all work together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, they got it.
Yeah, they got this. And, like, you can totally see, too, like, they're having a hard time with it.
Yeah, you can see the T-sphere spinning around. You can see a guy making a baseball bat trying to smack him around. I think with the plan that they have ahead, we'll be getting Peacemaker next, and I think Lanterns might be coming out before Supergirl next year. We have a Booster Gold potential animated series, I think. Somebody else is animated too. Oh yeah, Blue Beetle. He's going to continue on the movie version that we got, but
that's
continue
cool.
it on an animated series. Yeah.
That's cool. I was gonna say it'd be cool to see the first episode of Blue Beetle just get his fucking head blown off. Oh Lord.
Well, the end credit scene of that movie, actual Ted Kord actual, is Lost in Time, I think.
Really?
It's hard to remember, yeah, because he sent back a message because I think he did some original um, some experimentation and ended up getting it hooked up into like something. I might be wrong.
Huh.
I can't remember that review. I saw it once.
What are you
But
doing?
he had a transmission, like I said, asking for help.
That's fucking bizarre. Yeah, I think they need to do Brainiac. I think Brainiac makes sense.
Yeah, I think ultimately you're right. Whether it be the version of Brainiac that was from Krypton or a one that just has imprisoned and bottled Krypton City. Yeah, we can see. I think that might be the best one. It seems to be the top of the list whenever it's brought up.
Yeah, I mean, he was the animated series version, right? Like, I think Kevin Spacey did the voice for a bit, which ultimately hasn't aged well. But, like, at the time, like, cool, that's fucking awesome. It'd be cool to see, like, Clancy Brown make a, just kind of a cameo. And the dude that played Luthor/Flash. Smallville, Luthor, and the Flash in the animated. Michael Rosenbaum.
Right.
It'd be cool.
He was the voice of one of Luthor's Raptors in this movie.
Was he?
Yeah. Same with.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Actually, yeah, he was. Michael Rooker and the girl who played Mantis also were voices, but I think they might have been one of the robots.
Yes,
robots.
I did read. It was Rooker and Palm, whatever her
that
last name is.
Yeah, and Alan Tudyk, obviously, because he's the voice of every robot, apparently.
Every single robot ever, and of course Bradley Cooper/Rocket being Jor-El.
Mm-hmm.
I thought fucking... Man, I thought... Tofog. I'm blanking on his name. I thought he was fucking great as Jor-El. I thought that was the part of Man of Steel that I loved the most, was the lore of Krypton and how Krypton lived.
Good old Maximus.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. It was solid. It was so good.
Yeah, I think this is a good start. It's at least, if anything, it's gonna make people come back.
Yeah.
It's gonna change spots of something easy as a property.
Yep.
Slowly move away from the Snyderbros doing. We have a lot of stuff already. I think the fact that James Gunn will not start a project on the script, I think that worked to the advantage.
Yes.
Because it didn't feel like this movie was cut and paste from a bunch of different ideas.
No. It felt cohesive and it felt thought. Like there was thought, there was purpose, there was reason.
Yeah. You compare this to like a lot of the recent Marvel projects, even like Black Adam, and you can tell like there's just 4 movies that were cut and pasted together.
Yep.
Just to build time because they couldn't come up with ideas.
Yep. I love the fact that they kept elements of the John Wayne score because why change what was important.
They modernized it, yeah, with the electric guitar, and some people were upset about it, but hey,
Suck
it's a
it up.
different version.
Yeah.
I like that James Gunn didn't go out of his way inserting a bunch of music that he likes.
Yes.
I mean, there was a little bit, but it felt it didn't feel out of place.
Exactly, and I think it fit for the Guardians, and I think it was a stamp. It was something that you can call back to, and it fit that particular series of movies, that universe. But you're right, I like that they didn't over fucking say the welcome to that shit.
Yeah, I agree. our talk on Superman. I highly encourage everybody to go out and see it in theaters or on announced that August 26th it'll be available on streaming and digital purchase, which I will definitely do. I will have that copy probably on Amazon, I imagine. Unless the kids buy it on Apple. Maybe I'll wait for them to do that first.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I assume it'll be available on Max at some point.
Oh yeah. I think that kind of streaming they'll do closer to DVD release because they want people to buy it. Before they get it on the actual service. So yeah, I can see that coming in like probably like late September and October maybe when it comes to full on release.
Yeah.
Yeah, go out and see it.
Go see it, God damn it.
Do it because we said so.